Was that a puppy pad Donald Trump was sitting on this day on the Fox and Friends couch? It certainly looked that way.
I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone.
Our video investigation shows he was sitting on some kind of pad as he droned on and on trying to smear Democrats.
They're destroying the country. They are destroying our country. He was right. Go down the streets of New York. I went down the streets of New York 2 days ago.
I suppose it's possible Trump had the pad so he could sit higher and not sink into the couch. But other Fox guests don't get a pad. And this one looked very similar to a washable incontinence bed pad. Trump, who keeps refusing to release his medical records, has long been reported to have incontinence. In other words, uncontrollable farting and poops. This issue came up, or went down, if you will, during a recent Trump speech at the Detroit Economic Club. Listen carefully.
It is a catastrophe for the American dream and a dire crisis from commerce to labor to FEMA.
Ugh. The Detroit incidents were first spotted by Ben Meiselas of the Midas Touch Network.
You can hear it multiple times. It seems that he is letting out gas and potentially fecal matter.
Here are the sounds of Trump's gas and fecal matter slowed down.
It's a catastrophe for the American dream and a dire crisis from commerce to labor to FEMA.
I know. When you slow it down and lower the pitch, Trump's farts sound like a monster. And by the way, this became a campaign issue a year ago. According to former Republican House lawmaker Adam Kinzinger, quote, "I'm genuinely surprised how people close to Trump haven't talked about the odor. It's truly something to behold. Wear a mask if you can." For years, Trump has reportedly suffered from incontinence. In 2018, during a bipartisan meeting on gun violence, the microphones picked up the sound of Trump farting.
So today
Did you hear that? Here it is again, and watch Senator Feinstein's reaction.
So today we're here in a bipartisan fashion to show leadership.
Noel Castler, a former staffer on the Trump TV show The Apprentice, told the Midas Touch Network that the Trump incontinence was a constant concern.
He's worn diapers since probably the 90s, but I saw it firsthand in the 2000s on Celebrity Apprentice in late 2000s, and we'd have to stop the show and change him, and that was Keith Schiller's job. He would take him off set, he would wipe him down. Our nickname for Keith was Wet Wipes. It's not a joke. It's happened several times. One time there was the word arbitrage on a cue card, and he started screaming that the script department was setting him up. "You're setting me up." And he just freaked out and then very loudly evacuated his bowels, and you could smell it, and the guy who was holding the boom mic, was tearing up. So that's where the nickname, the SHIT show, came from. That was the crew nickname for Celebrity Apprentice.
On the weekend before Christmas, the #1 trending story in politics was Trump smells. And naturally, the Lincoln Project got in on the action with this.
Claiming the former president smells bad.
The dog has a distinct smell. It's like body odor with kind of like a scented makeup product.
Oh, Donald, is that you?
The ads, the reporting, and the speculation about Trump's messes and what it takes to keep things clean have penetrated America's political discourse. Even non-politicians, regular citizens, are familiar with the issue. Recently, Barack Obama made a joke about Trump while describing some of the challenges facing ordinary families. Audience members, without missing a beat, delivered the punchline.
I remember the first time I went in the store, right after Malia was born. I was like, what? That's how much diapers cost? I remember changing diapers. You think Donald Trump ever changed a diaper? No! Yeah. I almost said that, but I decided I shouldn't say it.
To be clear, if Donald Trump does have a medical condition and cannot control his bowels, so be it. He should release his medical records and be honest about things. Some Americans would be able to relate, and it would show that Trump is willing to admit he is human. Instead, Donald Trump hides his records and claims to be in great physical shape with an awesome body. And then he goes on Fox and Friends. Look, the producers at Fox News are not stupid. That's a white leather couch. Certain stains are difficult to remove, and that couch needs to be available every morning. But the contrast these days between Donald Trump needing a couch cover and the more healthy appearing Kamala Harris is stark. Also, Harris is showing remarkable confidence even when confronted by people who are trying to throw her off or surprise her. Here was the Harris reaction the other day to MAGA Trump protesters.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Kamala Harris has the energy and the momentum. She's clearly ahead in the polls, and she's getting huge crowds and television audiences, even on Fox News, that are larger than Donald Trump. It all has Donald Trump figuratively and perhaps literally his pants. As the saying goes at Fox and Friends, thank goodness for puppy pads. By the way, Fox host Jessica Tarlov, one of the few liberals on the Fox staff, recently called out Trump's lies and shamed her co-hosts.
Donald Trump's social media posts contain blatant lies, like Governor Kemp can't reach the president. Governor Kemp gave a press conference yesterday where he said, I just spoke to the president. He has promised me every single thing that I need. McMaster from South Carolina, also a conservative, getting everything that he wants, and then Roy Cooper as well. And there's only one president that we are talking about who actually has denied relief for one of these states. In 2017, Roy Cooper asked after Hurricane Matthew for a lot of money, and he got 1% of his ask. They denied 99% of what he was asking for.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Copernicus, who wrote of Tarlov, she's not the lone liberal, she's the lone voice of reason. Indeed. I look forward to reading your comments about Donald Trump needing a puppy pad for his most recent Fox News channel, Sit Down. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.